So listen, I wanted to walk in the room just so you could see what it feels like to be in the room. Restore 2025 Impulse Summit is going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina, and it is an event that you just cannot afford to miss. I want to personally invite Charlotte and surrounding areas, North Carolina, South Carolina, Atlanta, any place from all over. If you say you are in a beauty burnout, if you say you are tired and confused, if you say you want to give up, then do this. Be in the room so that you will have no choice but to be around like-minded individuals that can pull you out of that bitterness, that can pull you out of that want to give up, that can pull you out of that confusion. So if that's you that I'm talking to, then come on and join us. $2.99. You can find that ticket at stand.store/Impulse Summit. We want you to be a part of the family. We want you to be in the room. Hey, listen up. It's another podcast. It's another day, and it's a day that you should already be sharing this live out. You should already be tapping on someone's shoulder and say, hey, Impulse Summit is about to happen. This Restore Now podcast, and she is having another phenomenal individual that's going to be joining us on this podcast. It is Restore, and I am your visionary founder, Micheline Barber. I'm here to inspire, empower, and impact the minds of millions one at a time. Listen, September 27th through the 29th in Charlotte, North Carolina, it will be the year of Restore. Joel 2:25 said, rebuild, revive, and restore everything that the enemy tried to steal, everything that tried to be taken away from us. It is that time now that we pull together and know that these sites are going to be happening at Impulse Summit. It's going to be an off-site event, a MIM, a PPB, a Sunday Post, a Men on Pause, a Cream Gala, and the release ceremony that you just cannot afford to miss. All these things are going to be happening here at our 3-day education experience that will be guaranteed to restore you spiritually, personally, and professionally. It's going to be educational sessions, interactive hands-on classes. We got a VIP day event, spiritual enrichment gathering, you name it, we have it all under one umbrella. Hey, listen, if you're a future professional or if you know a future professional that needs to be with us, they can come for one day with a swag bag for $75 or 2 days for $99, or they have the option of doing virtual for $35. It's something that we introduced to you not too long ago. So listen, Restore Now is going to be there, and we're asking you, are you going to be there? Get in the room. So many people say, I need to be there. How do I do that? We're saying you can do that by being in the room for $2.99. That's going to cover all of your classes, the spiritual enrichment gathering, the intimate classes, the workshops, and more. Get in the room for $2.99. Stand.store/Impulse Summit will get you there. Now, one of our main stage presenters and one of our partners and one of our individuals that have poured into Impulse Summit, this is Miss Kai Smith. She's going to be on the main stage talking about the trauma of trichology, the main stage presentation, shifting your perspective from hair loss to health loss and increasing revenue and standing in the front of being a health advocate. This is where Miss Kai Smith is going to come into play. We also have our Popcorn with Purpose, and the individual that's going to be bringing you a sponsor of that will be Popstar. Popcorn with Purpose is a soft, safe space panel just for you and you. And at that evening, it will be Men on Pause that's going to be hosted by Mr. Chris Bond and also individual that you want to bring about. Now, this is Tavia Jacks from Stress to Success. She is also a course specialist, but she is also one of the visionary founders for Popstar. So you want to be able to listen up to what she has to say, from stress to success. And then Cocktails with Coaches. This is a signature VIP access only, where the coaches will be able to come in and have a one-on-one conversation with individuals that's going to be at Impulse Summit, coaches with cocktails. And then we have our official Breakfast of Champions. Early morning, the early bird get the worm. Signature VIP access only. Breakfast of the Champions Restore is where it's going to be at in Charlotte, North Carolina. We've had individuals that said, I want to match individuals coming. And how can I match them? There'll be a matching cover. These individual partners, core specialists, and kingdom brands. They see you and they want you in the room where alignment happens, where divine strategy is released, and where your next level is waiting. But let's be real, life is life and you're ready to invest. But sometimes your wallet doesn't match your hunger, but we are there to quench your thirst. And that is being with us for the up to $500 match bonus. We got you covered. All we saying is just say, one of our matchmakers is Mr. Michael Cole, Migrate Risk and Generate Wealth. This individual is one of our matchmakers and our core specialists, along with Justin Gold. A business goes from behind the chair and is other than hair. That is Mr. Justin Gold. That is also a matchmaker, along with Miss Kay Simpson. She does cuts and color at Impulse Summit, but she is also a matchmaker as well. So this is another individual that's going to be there, along with Mr. Alex Jones. That is also one of our matchmakers at Impulse Summit. And we are excited that so many more are pouring into Impulse Summit and wanting you to be there. Joe 2:25 said it's the year that everything will be rebuilt, revived, and restored. And we are saying, come be with us. You can simply lock in by scanning, or you can go to stand.store/Impulse Summit, and you can reach us. Restore. Joe 2:25. Let's rebuild. Let's revive and let's restore. Come join us. You don't want to miss it at all. I'm telling you. I'm going to say this. These last couple of months leading up into Impulse Summit, and we're almost there, have been so profound, and it's been reaching the masses of so many people that are interested in being there, those who have the desire to be there. All we're saying is, tell us, let us know, inbox, text, tag, whatever it is that you're doing to be there, get there. Don't be ashamed. Put your seatbelts on, because we are ready for this next individual that we're going to be bringing to the podcast. He's a gentleman I've been knowing for a numerous amount of years, and has been respected in the industry for what he's done before he's actually opened up his own manufacturing company. And he is a gentleman that knows the business, wrote a book about the business, and can tell you more about it. And he's also one of the individuals that's going to be one of our partners at Impulse Summit with bringing you. This is a visionary founder of Celeritin Cosmetics and Laboratory Manufacturing Company. When I tell you it's Celeritin, is spelled natural spelled backwards. And he said, I want to put it in the places of people that say they need me. So y'all, please welcome to the Restore Now podcast, none other than Mr. Thomas Fawcett.
Hey, I hear the crowd. Yeah. They screaming for me. They screaming for me. How you doing, bitch?
Good. So listen, I'm giving them an opportunity to go ahead and get ready for this live, because you are a wealth of knowledge, and we don't want anyone to miss out on what you bring to the table. So we tell people, put your seatbelts on, whatever you got to do, put your phone on mute, tell somebody don't call you. And if you pick up the phone, use it to tag somebody, because somebody needs to hear this about what you're about to say. Again, you are the CEO and the founder of Celeritin Manufacturing and Cosmetic Lab. So we are excited about that. So it's bigger than hair with you. So you go beyond just the hair portion. Yes. Been open since founded in February 2021. And going from there. So, you're 4 years in, but it's been way past 4 years. And we're going to talk about that right there. So this is where you can find him. This is his information here. Mr. Thomas B. Fawcett Jr. There. So that's the Celeritin Cosmetic Lab, LLC. So let's get into some conversations. Let's start with this. You started this, and it was a need, a necessity that you've seen. Before that, I know you did some other businesses and Postman. So let's start with your early journey and your foundation. Right. You are a junior. And so, you had a long career in the U.S. Postal Service. Yeah. And before stepping to entrepreneurship full-time, you're like, listen, I'm going to leave the post office, and this is what I want to do. Right. What lessons from that season prepared you for the business owner and the business ownership that you have right now?
Okay. All right. No, that's a great point. And thank you again for having me. I'll be brief on the journey because I'm talkative. So I will try to sum a lot of this stuff up. But at the time working at the post office for over 20 years, not knowing that going into management, it was going to give me the tools I needed for entrepreneurship. If I would have kind of skipped that step of my life and went straight into entrepreneurship, I would not have had the structure that I needed to be successful in it. So just pretty much being in management again in the post office, gave me the structure, allowed me to be a people person, understand different personalities, how important, tools of electronics, computers, and all of these other things, graphs, charts, and all of that, how you bring all that together to give you the structure you need to be successful. So transitioning into entrepreneurship was pretty much easy for me because of that foundation. So right when in 20 years, they offer you an early out, and I knew that I was not going to do 40 or 50 years working for the post office, and just saw some opportunities for the beauty industry where I could now buy hair care products and distribute them to salons. And so that's pretty much how that got started. But again, Mitch, you pause me now because I jump it all the way through that whole journey if that's what you want, but I can stop it wherever you need me to stop it. Am I taking this, all the way until I started Slariton, or you want me to pause it right there for you to chime in with something?
Well, listen, we're going to chop that up even more because, going into entrepreneurship, a lot of times people don't understand that you have to be under managed, right? You have to be under management where someone tell you rules and regulations, when to come, when to go. So that keeps you structured, right? A lot of times people understand that structure plays a big part with entrepreneurship. If you're all over the place, you won't have everybody else all over the place. So being with the post office for 20 plus years, it, got you into where you need to be now going into the beauty industry back in 2007. Correct. 2007. What really drew you into that? Because I know, and that's going to lead into Slariton next. What really drew you to say, listen, I'm going to put down the mail and I'm about to take a point. You know what I'm saying? And, what did you need? You feel that it was a call, a need that needed to be met in our industry.
It's funny you say the need, because I used to say this to other people, but I think I needed to be needed as well. And it was the need to be needed. It was that I had something that I had no idea people needed. I just assumed when it came with the structure going into the beauty industry, I saw that it wasn't just an opportunity to make money. As I was going into the salons, I was looking at people that reminded me of my mother, my sister, my grandmother, my aunt, somebody in my family that I'm like, wow, I just assumed people knew to run their business a certain way, healthcare, a lot of things that really just struck me that I was like, oh my God, this is bigger than just selling products. I didn't no longer wanted to be the man that walks in and just say, I'm just taking your money. I wanted to feel like I was leaving you with something. And that's where this feeling came over me to say, I have to do more. And so going into the salons, I no longer was selling products. I was giving education on, how to better your business, holding classes that was not only talking about hair, because in this industry, just being transparent, people would gravitate if I would say I got a class to learn a new style. But if I just said I was doing a business class, only a small percentage of people would attend. So I would have to decorate it and mask this class up and say, oh, we're gonna bring in someone to show you these cuts or these styles or this color or what have you. But I would slide in business right in that class. So now I have maybe 50 or 100 or hundreds of people in the class. And I was able to reach that many people to mask it. You thought you was going to get some color and cuts, but now you got education on healthcare, how you need to run your business, how you retain your clientele, how do you retire from this? All of those things that I learned was really the foundation of the post office, because I just assumed people had these things. And then as an entrepreneur, you don't have someone coming to your salon or your place of business. You don't have to be a salon, but just your place of business offering education on business or healthcare or retirement. So I saw a need to be needed when it came to that. I was able to provide people the tools they needed and the education they needed. And when they left the class, it was like, I wasn't expecting that. And that
So a need to be needed, right? So talk about the need to be needed.
Yeah, so pretty much the need to be needed was when I went into the salons and created that atmosphere, that environment for people to be educated on, the structure they needed for their business, how to retail, how to retire, healthcare, things of that nature. It just created this fire inside of me for me to say, hey, you know what? We're on to something here. Let's branch this out. Let's spread this out. And how can I meet more people? Because at the time I was doing what we was calling in-salon classes, which would only hold maybe 20 or 30 people. And then I started thinking a little bit bigger. That's always been my thing. I just can't think of something small. It's like I'm small to start, but I'm like, how can we meet the masses? And pretty much that's how I segue over to even starting and launching Mainstream Hair and Beauty Expo, because I needed a platform that was going to be able to incorporate the masses, more people. So that's pretty much how to segue from the post office to distributing hair care products, the hosting classes.
Yeah.
So it just kept growing and growing and growing. And I always tell
Everything.
people that, if you shoot for the stars and you hit the moon, you did good.
That's good. I mean, I always remember you said you tricked them into learning. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you say, you know what, they got them in there, but did you not know you're going to learn this? So that's something that's always stuck with me when it says people come there for one thing, but they leave for another.
Correct.
Right. So getting bigger and bigger and bigger, you went from the post office, and then you went from, distributing products and going into masses, and then you started having your own summits, and they started getting bigger. And so you created Mainstream Hair and Beauty, Expo. It gave professionals a platform to educate on, and you always look for the individuals that may have not had the name, but you look for individuals who are growing their name. So that was exciting. Then looking back, what impact did you see you had when you created Mainstream? What impact did you think you had on the industry?
Wow, it was interesting, because what I didn't know, and I know I've shared this with you, but a lot of times the best way to start something or go into something really big is to not know what you're doing, to kind of go in with the unknown. Because had I known the time and the finances it was going to take to launch that, I probably would have never did it. But going in the blind and not knowing, and that need to be needed, and to help people and provide that platform, I didn't know the industry as well as I thought I did. So people who was educating at Mainstream Hair and Beauty Expo, I had no idea I was giving them their first time to even be a platform artist.
Right.
Some people came and just looking at their social media, which wasn't as big at the time, I had no idea. I thought they had already had the opportunity to be a platform artist. And then to look back now and be like, man, they started at Mainstream Hair and Beauty Expo. And I look at them and I'm like, man, they still out there. Even companies that had their own product lines, to see where they was at then, just launching, to see where they're at now, and then to get feedback and to hear even today, hey, when you're doing Mainstream Hair and Expo again, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I had no idea that was your first time launching. I had no idea that was your first time doing anything. So if I feel like I had a connection to anybody, it was giving people an opportunity when they were not given one before, because during that time, you had a lot of major trade shows going on. So you already had to have a brand to even be invited to those trade shows.
Yes.
So just to know I've created a platform for a lot of startup companies or educators, that was very fulfilling for me.
That's good. That's that blind faith. Like you said, if you know it's gonna cost as much, you'd be like,
nah,
I'm all right. I'm good. I'm good.
You'll be talking about it right there, head on know.
Right. So that must be for other. So collaboration, because one of the things I always say that the new currency now is connection, who you connected to and collaborating with. So your collaboration and community in the industry, that can sometimes feel competitive and isolated, because you are a manufacturing company. You do develop products. How important is it for you to collaborate in the community, in the industry that you're in now? Because sometimes it can feel like everybody's out there making their own products, but what do you stick to? What is your blinders with?
Yeah, so when I started this, and like you said, collaborating with people, because I had already established myself in the industry, and prior to coming into Slariton, I had an opportunity to work with another manufacturer. So I learned a lot and established myself that people understood what the vision was. And the vision has always been pretty much to help the underdog, the smaller people who wanted to have their own product lines, but just didn't meet the minimum of the quantities. So collaborating with those small business owners, say, hey, you have your own lab now, you have your own manufacturer. And I'm like, I can help you now, because most manufacturers, the minimum quantities are 10,000, 15,000 pieces. And I'm like, if you're just starting out, who wants to take that type of risk? You don't even know if your product is going to sell. So I wanted to create an opportunity for whether you're a small startup or whether you're already established, you can come to Slariton and at least have your, achieve your dreams. Whether you win or not, you shouldn't have to mortgage the house to get started on your dream. And that's what I did. And so just connecting with the community and just talking with people that I really couldn't even do anything for in the past, I was able to circle back and speak with individuals and say, hey, now I got the vehicle for you. Let's go.
That's good, because a lot of times people don't think that it's obtainable, but you've made a dream a reality. So
Correct.
listen, we're gonna come back with this gentleman right here. Y'all listen up, put your seatbelts on, go get you something to drink, run back because you want to hear what
Yeah,
else he has to say, because he can get you from a dream to reality. Let's
there it
listen to
is.
this.
7 years ago, we started with a vision to impact, to transform, and to
I
elevate.
give my what? My all, because you don't know who's sitting in that stage, who's sitting in that audience who gave their what? They last dime to come to a class, and it's not up to us to play with their money or their time at all. It's up to us to say, listen, she just lost her salon, and she coming here for what? Help. She just lost her clientele, and it's not what? The same. So it's something, if we don't do nothing but give somebody a positive word, a positive what? It can cause them to go out and what? Ignite. That's what we're for.
Year one was make room because the foundation had to be laid. Year two was revealed because
September,
our purpose became
we
clear.
ran it back, but just from the safety of your own home. And that's going to be virtually.
Year three was stretch, and we pushed beyond limits.
Sometimes you gotta get not in one position, but sometimes you gotta get just like this. And I said, Lord, I'll cover you as humble as I know how. I want everybody to get on their knees just for 1 second. And if you can't get on your knees, just get in a position where you're gonna tell the Lord something that you're grateful for right now.
Year four was breathe because growth requires breathing, resilience, and faith. Year five was believe because nothing moves without belief.
When we start talking about the word move means you got to move and shift, not standing still. And so I felt like we were standing still before, and now we are officially moving.
And year six was victory. We saw triumph in every challenge. And now year seven, restore. So many people who have came to Impulse Summit said the Impulse Summit has changed their life. They came there empty, but they left full. That this is more than an event, it's a movement. To those who have walked in this journey with us, thank you. To those who will join us this year, get ready. This is not a summit. This is Impulse. Year 7, the year of grace, the year of restore.
Don't mess this. It's a cultural divide. I'ma get it on the flow. 40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music. Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence. Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like fuck. Bust that on a beat, bro, deep out in rap. He a freak though, man down, call like Ember Lambs, tell him breathe. Let them boys to the cross, they walk around like tees. What's up with these Draconio? Trying to see Compton. In the street can hate me, bump them all in they mama. How many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. Finna crash on his body, I'm John Stockton. What?
I will never dread hair wash days after learning this. Meet Tahiri Kids, the game changer in kids hair care. Introducing Tahiri Kids hair care system, where gentle, natural ingredients meet proven results. Say goodbye to tangles, dryness, and those pesky tears during bath time. Our formulas are free from harsh chemicals, parabens, and sulfates, making them perfect for delicate scalps and every hair type. Watch as our claymation friends show you how easy and fun hair care can be. From our detangling shampoo to our nourishing conditioner, Tahiri Kids transforms hair care into a playful adventure. Parents, this is more than just hair care. It's a bonding moment that leaves their hair healthy, shiny, and strong. Plus, with our eco-friendly packaging, you're doing good for the earth too. Tahiri Kids, naturally beautiful hair, naturally happy kids. Got questions? Drop them in the comments. Click the link in our bio to learn more. Don't miss out. Join the Tahiri Kids family today.
And we are back. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you missed the first half, now you're already in for the second half. You can go back and play it and see who this gentleman is. He is Thomas Fawcett Jr. He is the founder, CEO of Celeriton Manufacturing and Cosmetics, right here located in Tampa, Florida. And I'm going to tell you, he can give you from your dream to reality. These are some of the things that you can find there. From sample kits, he's a gentleman that cares, and he is the person that will find a need for a need, a necessity in the industry and beyond that. So when it says Celeriton Cosmetics, That means he can do more than just products. He can make whatever it is, from lipstick to lip gloss to even hair products, your own. He can do it for you, and along with his amazing team at Celeritin Products. If you're interested in doing that, you can find it. We're going to make sure that you get his information before this podcast is over. Now he's actually produced a new product, his Firm Hold Spritz with silk protein, and I'm gonna put a plug in. He better bring me some. But this right here, this product here is going to be new and can put your name on it. So if you're always been interested in having your name on a product, he can give you that quality, priority, and natural. So this is some of the things that you can find. Your investment is so important. So he's showing you how you can invest in yourself by getting into and what you can get on the return. So investing in yourself initially can also become an amazing return. So if you look at this and you say, I can do that. I can stop buying shoes. I can stop going to Starbucks. I can stop, just going on vacation for one time, not going to the beach and just saying, I'm going to put my products in the store, in my shelf for my guests to buy. This is showing you $600 can get you $1,100, $500. Come on now. Somebody show me where you can do that with anybody else. So this is Thomas Fawcett. So we're going to ask you a couple more things, because we talked about your journey in the beginning. We talked about how you went from the post office. You started Celeritin in February 2021, and now it's steady growing, but it was way before that because it was something that was always in you. And then you went into showing how you work for other manufacturing companies and how your collaboration and community is important, and that you don't feel competitive or isolated, that you are paving a way of your own. So innovation and Celeritin Cosmetics. Let's talk about this for a minute. Celeritin specializes in helping both small and large clients, right? The little fish and the big fish, just swimming. Everybody matters. Bringing product ideas to market. Why is it so important to create a company with low minimums and high customer service? Because you're saying, listen, I over deliver, on whatever it is. How important is that for you as an individual? Just because it's something that you probably have seen in the past that you said, listen, people deserve higher.
Yeah, most definitely. It's very important because, like I said, I had prior experience working with a larger manufacturer, and just to have so many people call inquiring about wanting to launch their own line. A lot of people, probably 98% of the people, when they started their own product line, they started in their kitchen. And to transition from the kitchen to say, hey, I'm about to go mainstream, that's a huge leap. But they're not financially, or they don't have the staffing for them to jump from being at home to going to saying, okay, I need to meet a minimum of 10,000 or 5,000 pieces per product, which most manufacturers do. So when I saw that need right there, I said, this right here is killing people's dreams. And I did not want to do that. I said, I want to give people an opportunity to say, you know what? Let's free up family and friends. Because most people, when they start their own product lines at home, they got auntie, cousin, kids, brother, sister, everybody mixing and filling and labeling. They frustrated. And I was like, let us do that. We have the capabilities of helping out the smaller client who says, hey, I just maybe need 100 pieces to get started. So we have chemists on staff. We have 2 chemists here. We have an R&D department. We have our QA/QC, where we can run tests and experiments on your but we can run tests on your products, get it certified. We have a manufacturing facility here as well. So not only just sitting down and talking with an individual about saying, hey, let's get you out the kitchen. Let's give you all the information you need, because if you're trying to go to Walmart, if you're trying to go to Target, they need information that you cannot provide them when you're doing it at home. Our chemists can provide you with the C of A's, which is your certificate of analysis. We can provide you with, all the tests that you need ran on your product to ensure that the consumers are not going to be harmed by the product that you're providing to them. So when I encompass all of those things, and again, we are manufacturers, so we can handle a small run from 24 pieces to 20, 30,000 pieces a month. So we can meet you where you're at and grow with you. Or if you're already there, we could pick up where somebody may have dropped the ball and take off from there. So that's why it was important. I wanted to give a little person or a small business entrepreneur an opportunity, a leg in the fight.
That's good. That's good. So giving those people who do not think they can, this right here that you're reading is an opportunity for you to say, I can. And he said from 24 pieces on up. And so this is a start for you to say, I can have my name on products and they have quality in them because you're dealing with someone who knows about quality and will not just put anything out there. So all clients ordering up to 499 pieces, hey, we'll have the standard white bottle. So these are things that he's telling you, and the company is telling you that they can actually bring to the table a person that keeps meeting a need. So this right here, I think, is amazing that people are able to see, I can do this. Again, putting aside a pair of jeans, you can now get a braid box sample kit. You know what I'm saying?
And just to chime in, Mitch, while you scroll on this page is very important because it shows you don't have to be a brain surgeon. It's the product page. So once you click product on this page right here, it will open up to about 30 different products. And it shows you what the minimums are. Some minimums are 24 pieces. Even on this page here, when you scroll down, it'll tell you what the cost is for 70 pieces. Or if you get 70 pieces or more, 70 pieces or less. You can use our label or we can use your label on some of our products. But we have PayPal. We have Afterpay. So wherever someone is financially, we can meet you where you're at. We're an excuse killer. But the sample kits are very important because you can make a small investment of $49 to $99 and sample products, pick out what you want, and then we can start from there versus you just, hey, I want a shampoo and you spend a few $100s or $1,000, you don't even like it. You never even tried it out. So we give you an opportunity to test the product first before we get to the manufacturing. But having those chemists on hand allows us to separate ourselves from other manufacturers or other laboratories, because having those chemists, we can make anything for you topical. So just like you said, skin care, hair care, I mean, we do deodorant, fat burning gels, whatever it is that's topical, we can make it for you. And our chemists can re-engineer products. So if you see a product on the market you like, we can do that too. We can re-engineer that and get you going.
So I hope everyone is listening right now, because you're sitting back and saying, man, I didn't think I can get my own product line. But Thomas B. Fawcett, Jr. at Solaritan Cosmetics, screenshot it, do whatever you need to do, go back and play this, is letting you know, hey, you can find him at solaritanlabs.com. All this information here is letting you know that you can do it. You've been now part of Impulse Summit from day one, A1, where you was an educator, a course specialist, and then you came in and said, listen, I want to give back to Impulse Summit. So you've been meeting some amazing people that love their products, such as Renee McManus. So, this year you said, listen, I want to also be a seed into the ground, and good ground of Impulse Summit, because you could very well have planted your seed anywhere, but you said, listen, I know the vision. I understand where you're coming from. I understand the pain.
Right. Oh yeah, I definitely do.
Understand you. So, so things like that people understand about being in the building. Thomas, with you doing this now for all these years, if there was something that you can say to someone that's sitting out there in the audience that's second guessing whether they need to be in the seats of Impulse Summit or whether they need to even invest in getting their name in the products, because you wrote your book, and the book is behind you. I have that book.
Right. There you go.
Right. Right. So right now we're talking about closing the deal.
Right.
And there's somebody sitting in the seats that said, I did not think this could be a reality. How can I get in a room of learning around some great, amazing people and, seeing and feeling and touching the products and the whole nine? What would you tell someone that's second guessing themselves from investing in themselves?
Man, that is a great question, Mitch. What I do know, and I believe in education, but also I know a lot of times we speak about it from a biblical standpoint. I mean, you can sit at home and pray by yourself all day long. You can, pray to God or just wish a thing by yourself. But one thing the Lord likes is for people to be around other people with like minds in a community praising Him. So I take what Impulse Summit is doing is you can be in a house and you're depressed. You don't know what's going on. All you know is what social media is. But once you get in that room of people, I felt that energy, and you would be energized, not just from the educators, but just from the attendees, that there's some of the people are going through the same pain you're going through. Some people have success stories that they went through where you're at. They've been there, but then they can also give you the blueprint on where you can end up if you stay on this track. So Impulse Summit offers you the motivation. It is a spiritual connection that you can get there, but also I always like using excuse killer, but it's an excuse killer. It provides you with the opportunity to learn what you lack. So, Mitch knows I like to use the SWOT analysis, your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities. These are things that you need to be able to say, hey, what am I not good in? Do I own a salon? Do I own a barbershop? Do I have a business? What is my weaknesses in my business? Oh, cutting is my weakness. I could take a cutting class. Business is my weakness. I could take a business class. You could take, it's a class that's being provided at Impulse Summit that will help you in any category that you're in. You may need help in all of them. Yeah. But I would say attend there because the Impulse Summit, it is going to provide you with all the tools you need to be successful. Because if you don't have that foundation, what I said in the first half, I wouldn't even be where I'm at today. I wouldn't have had any ground to stand on. I'd have been standing on sand and sink. So Impulse Summit does give you a strong foundation. And then it gives you opportunity to celebrate too. So it's not just stuffy and you're just like, man, I'm going there just for classes. You get motivated, stimulated, and you get the party. Where you gonna get all of that under one roof?
I like that. You said learn what you lack, and I know at the end too, with Renee, she was able to be gifted at the end from Celeriton and get her own products that she's been soaring with. Like she's been killing the game with that. And Renee is such an amazing person.
She took the ball and ran with it.
Because
what we were offering there at Impulse Summit was an opportunity when people go to our website and see the value of that and say, man, for me to just start my own product line with 3 products, man, it costs that much and I could get it for free. If I go to Impulse Summit, I have an opportunity to win this. And when Renee won it, she didn't just say, hey, I took the 24 pieces of each product and go with it. She was like, nah, I have the vision. I'm not, when the last time you've been in a store and you've seen them with just 5 or 6 products? If you sitting there and you have 100, 200, 300 products, you letting your customers know that you are dead serious. Mm-hmm. And you have the inventory. So when your sales increase, you're not sitting there saying I'm out of stock. You're able to meet the demand. But yeah, Renee did her thing. I don't lie. She took that ball.
That's just one of the testimonies. Miss Yvette is another one too. So, again, it pays to invest in good ground. If you could throw one thing back into the beauty industry, because you've seen the highs, the lows, like you say, you can walk into a salon and see when someone's going through something. What do you think is lost in the industry, and what would that be that you find that can need to be restored?
Community. When I first got into the beauty industry, one thing I did see that I liked about it, I kind of came in on the tail end before a lot of the independent salons opened up, was that people was working together in salons. So you had a community of stylists. You might have had a braider in there, a nail tech in there, somebody who did color cuts. You had about 6, 7 people, so everybody could, and it was that community and it was team, and I believe in all of that. And so, I mean, I don't know how you get back to that, but I just feel like that was an example of what community can do for you. And that's why Impulse Summit is important, because it at least allows you that if you're working in a salon suite, you're in there by yourself. You don't have any ideas you can bounce off somebody. I can't really learn from a colleague next to me. But if you go to Impulse Summit, you at least for that weekend have an opportunity to be in a community of people that you can bounce ideas off of. You can learn some things. So I just tied that in, Mitch, just to say that that's what I feel like is lost, is the community of stylists. We've been separated. Mm-hmm. So we are kind of like nomads out there. Like we just kind of figuring it out as we go. We're relying on, YouTube and Instagram. If we see it on there, it must be the gospel, and that may not even be the truth.
Yeah, because a lot of times that social media don't show things. I'm going to tell you all, right, it don't even tell the whole truth. It just shows a little bit. I'm going to say this. Y'all, please look out for Celeriton to be in the building September. I'm sorry. I'm going to start back over at that because I don't know what happened with this. I'm going to start back over. Y'all, please look for Celeriton products to be in the building September the 27th through the 29th. Restore. It is time for us to rebuild, revive, and restore. Impulse Summit is where you're going to find them. Thomas Fawcett and his amazing team will be in there. We say get in the room. $299 will get you there, and it will get you learning about the network, the nightly lock-in, the Sunday poster rituals that we have there that you need to be in the building. It's so many things that's going to be offered, and we say, hey, We have some individuals, some amazing individuals that are pouring back into you getting in the seats. It's called match bonus. These individuals said, Mitch, I am willing to say $500. I want you to put it towards someone getting that Impulse Summit. They have been powered. This has been powered by partners, core specialists, and Kingdom Brands. We see you. They want you to be in the room. They have aligned themselves with divine strategy to release and say, listen, let's get them in the room. What do we need to get them in the room? And so we have individuals like Mr. Alex Jones, Kay Simpson, Mr. Michael Cole, Mr. Justin Gold, individuals that said, I want them to be in the building. Let me match make with them. Let me get them there. So we're so happy that they are matching individuals to come to Impulse Summit. If you're willing to be there and you say, hey, I want to be there, we got a match for you and we're going to put you with someone that can get you to Impulse Summit. All we're saying is, just say it. Just get it out your mouth. I want to be there. There's nothing wrong with that. Inbox us, text us, whatever you got. Slide in my DM. Just let me know. I'm good with that. Just let me know that you want to be at Impulse Summit. Thomas Fawcett, we are so excited to have, again, Celeriton in the building, 7 years straight, whether it's in person or whether it's in your time. We definitely are happy to have you there. What's your last words? And then I always say mine. What's your last words?
All right, pretty much just saying that, again, this is a can't miss opportunity. Don't feel like you are in this by yourself. Go to Impulse Summit. You know, it's going to be something that's going to feed your fire. Sometimes your flame is a little low. Your flame might even be out. But they're going to throw some gas in there, kindle some wood, and get that flame going with all that education and motivation. You're definitely going to be stimulated. And like I said, again, Celeriton Labs will be there, that if you do inspire to have your own product line, we can meet you where you at. So you don't have to feel like you got to mortgage the house to get started. We got a team right here, laboratory and manufacturer, that can help turn your dreams into a reality.
That's it. Turning dreams into reality. Listen, Impulse Summit September the 27th through the 29th in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Hilton. Don't guess. Don't hesitate. No excuses. We got Afterpay. We got Carter. We got everything to say, listen, I cannot beat being in the room with Impulse Summit. I love you, and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. It's bigger than hair. September 27th through the 29th, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Lord have mercy. The whistle got them bang live in the building. Yeah, yeah. I dance on my dance here. You ready? Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Hit me one time. Oh, 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 I got my boots on the ground.